Hello, my friends. We are back for part 3 of Elf Frog and Snail by Derya Draws. And I think today we'll go ahead and do the leaves. And I'm hoping we'll have time to actually finish it up. So we'll see what happens. But before I do that, I noticed when I looked at the photos that I took of this page that there's something about the way that I've done her nose that I don't like. And I find that a lot of the time, if I take a picture of a piece and I look at the piece from the picture, the photo, I can see things there that I, for some reason, don't see when I'm actually looking at the page. And they're things that usually I want to fix. So I'm going to pull out, this is my my little folder just for my skin tones. And so I'm not sure what I want here yet. So I'm going to pull out, I'm going to pull out Nectar. I'm going to pull out Burnt Ochre. I don't think that light peach is going to do me any good in this case. So let's get the regular peach and Chestnut. So what I don't like about her face is how there's a definite line going down her nose. And I want to try and blend that out a little bit so that it's not quite as noticeable, to give the nose a little bit rounder shape rather than the way it is now. So I'm going to start with my Chestnut and I'm using the side of the pencil so that I have as little pencil marks as possible. I'm going to do that on both sides, bringing that color into the nose. I think that's helping already. And then let's see, I'm going to try peach. If you're doing this with me, don't do this yet because I'm not positive that this is the right color. That's not bad. Actually, I might pull out the light peach. It's looking better. So let's use the light peach now. Right in the center. Try and just blend all of that. Oh, that's a lot better. That's good. All right, and then the last thing I might do still is just a tiniest little bit of the white right down the center. I probably don't even need it, but there, that's better. That makes her nose look more natural, I think. So I'm glad I did that. Okay, so those can go away. And I pulled out some greens and some yellows. And I think I want, of course, my espresso. All right, so I think I'll start with gray-green light. And I'm going to use that right in the area of the leaf that would be most forward. We're going to use this basically instead of white. Why is my pencil making scratchy noises? looks like there's a spot on this pencil that's going to be difficult. All right, let's just do one leaf at a time so I know what I'm going to do here. Let's see. Do I want olive? Let's do some olive, maybe, and see what that looks like. So I'm going with a really light pressure. I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet. And I'm kind of blending into the gray-green light, but I'm not covering it completely. And these little dots, I have a feeling they're going to still show up, so we'll know where to put the little white dots back in again, if we choose to do that. All right, let's see, what do I want to do here? This is yellow ochre. I don't know. I think I want to throw a little bit of it on here just to bring some of the yellow into the leaf as well. But just a little bit. Okay, this is, what is this color called? Kelp? I think this is Kelp Green. So it's our darker color. Well, we may not need it just because of the nature of the page being grayscale. It doesn't really seem to be doing much. It's really not doing much, although I didn't go very dark in here, so let's just darken this up. not sure what color that stem should be. I'm imagining it would be green. This is Limepeel. Boy, that really brightens things up. Alrighty, I don't know what Celadon Green looks like mixed in here with this a little bit. Because I want to have a little bit more variation of the greens. It kind of adds a nice little complementary color, doesn't it? I like it. Actually, I like it a lot. Right, I have to figure out what color we're going to do that center stem. So I think I'll start with a little bit of the gray-green light right down the middle. And then could do olive. So we want it light, but we don't want it as light. Sorry, we want it light. We just don't want it, you know, white. Okay. This is Espresso. think that's enough, but I do want to put a little bit more of this kelp. I don't know why I can't remember the name of this. It's covered. Kelp Green, I think is... I feel like with leaves, I could just keep going and going and going and adding a gazillion different layers. Okay, now that's shadow, but really I think the grayscale that she did there for it is enough. I don't think I have to add any more. Okay, what do I want? I want my blender. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right there. Okay. So I'm just gonna these are nice when you're working with paper that has a little bit more tooth than a regular plain white paper, because it just smooths those, not really pencil marks, but the grain of the paper smooths that pencil out a little bit. And the thing that I found about this paper, which I love, is that even after I do this, I can still add more layers of pencil. Okay. I think a little bit of white, just on the areas that I, want the brightest. I think that's good. I might call that done for one leaf, for the first leaf. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do another one. Gray green light. This one I might start with. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. We'll see. Oh. Brand new pencil. Okay, so this is Celadon. And I'm adding this one first because even though I'm going to be using the same colors on the leaves, I want them to look a little bit different. So I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but that's what I'm doing. All right, now Kelp Green. Jeez. Let's do a little, where'd my olive green go? Is that it? No. I'm going to try and not use the lime peel on this lower leaf just because I want this one to be brighter. So we'll see if that works. I'm not happy with the way it looks just yet. This is Kelp Green. That's better. We need some of that darker in the center here. This whole part of the leaf right there. I've got to add some Celadon. Espresso. All right, let's blend this. I think that works for me. Okay. Let's just keep going. Gray, green, light. Olive green. I'm going to turn my page. That's probably not as much fun for you to see when it's sideways, but it sure makes it easier for me to color it. I think that's one of the things I like about coloring PDFs or single paper pages. It's because it's so much easier to move the paper around than try and maneuver a whole book. It's just one of the reasons. Okay, let's do, I'm just curious. I've got this sap green light. I'm wondering what it will look like. And Limepeel. Let's put the stem color in. Espresso. Okay, let's do Celadon. All right, I would like to try and get put some black in here. So let's use, since it's here, I'm just going to use my Farben. Any black though will be fine. Sometimes I like to use espresso instead of black, but then sometimes I just feel like it needs that little extra punch of dark. So when I'm doing the shadow, I'm doing a real light touch. And a little bit more pressure where I really want it to get dark. I think that's enough for now. I'm going to put a little bit of white. That's good. I like that. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of leaves to do. So we may, I don't know how long this is going to take. Okay. Gray, green light. Kelp Green. Limepeel. I want to sharpen a little bit. I think more Kelp Green. All right, I'm going to blend that and see what we need to do still. Espresso. And Celadon. And black. And then I think I'm going to take my white. Don't know. Yeah. I'm going to just put that on the... That's probably good enough.
So now...
Okay. Gray-green light. I feel like it gets boring for you guys to just see the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, this is olive. Kelp. Espresso. Gray-green light. It's like he's talking. There's so many variations in his bark and what he's doing. It's like he is completely trying to communicate something. And often I speak his language and know exactly what he's saying, but sometimes just don't know. This is olive. was gray green light and olive. Limepeel. I feel like it needs a little bit more kelp. Excuse me. Okay. Espresso. No, that's not espresso. Gosh, I hope I wasn't out of frame for too much of that. Good. A little bit of white. All right. Gray, green, light. Olive. Limepeel. Espresso. All right, a little bit of white. Some black. I want a little bit more kelp. Pretty good. I think we have one more set of leaves to do up at the very top. Gray green light. Olive green. I'm going to sharpen that a little bit. Let's see here. Let's get the stem in first. Okay. That was gray green light. can't find a comfortable angle for this. Make sure that I keep it in camera. I guess that's not too bad. Let's see, how dark do I want the top part? I'm not sure. Let's do some down here. Limepeel. Espresso. Alrighty. I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute, figure out what comes next, and get my pencils out, because now we're going to do the stones. I think we're going to do those in gray. So, yeah. So I'll see you guys in just a flash. Okay, so I had a little bit of lunch and a little bit of something to drink, and we are all set. So my rocks, I'm going to do a combination of some cool grays and some warm grays, and probably even some French grays. So I'm just going to kind of pull some out here, and we'll see what we... I'm sure we'll probably need others, but we'll start there. So I will start with 10% cool gray. just see what we can do. That was 10% cool. This is 50% cool. Let's try some, what is this, 30% warm, 30% French. Let's do some 30% warm. I mean, there's really no, it's just, I'm just going pretty randomly and just kind of putting some color down. So this is 30% French. I think more 10% cool. And I think I need some darker, so let's do 70% cool. I made that line a little bit too sharp. Okay, I think we need some 70% French. And let's try some 10% French. I have a terrible shadow coming from that side. I'm going to move my light over a little bit and see if that gets rid of that shadow. Unfortunately, I have yet to figure out the perfect lighting system for myself. kind of just rely on the daylight and this one little lamp that I have. This is 10% cool. I think we'll do 50% cool. It's just kind of building up till I get it to where I feel like it looks like a rock. Maybe we'll try blending a little bit and see what it does. I don't know. It is a rock, which, you know, does not mean that it's going to be anything spectacular. I could probably use black. Oh, but I want Prisma black. Just a little bit. All right, I'm going to call that done. I think. Now over here, do I have a regular old pencil? I don't think I do. So over here, I do want to do a rock. But there was no line there, so we're just going to make one. And I'm out of Brave. Okay, so I just drew a little white line right there. And I'm just going to pretend this is a rock in here. Now for the background, I'm thinking I want a combination of blues and greens. White. Black. Because I really love them so much and they're so good for doing backgrounds, I am going to use my Gelatos. So let's figure out what we're going to do. Now I made a second, I made a second swatch chart with my Gelatos. I made one set of charts on the white paper, and then I made a second set for myself on the tan Desert Storm paper. And that really helps me a lot because truly the colors really do look very different depending on what paper you're using. So I'll just show you the difference, for example, of what aquamarine looks like on white and what it looks like on tan. It's very, very different. But I still really like them on the tan paper. So it's easier to see these when they're not in a sleeve. Okay, so I do want to do a kind of a blended combination of blues and greens in the background, and I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I do think it'll be pretty. So let's pull some colors out and do it. Okay, so I am personally having some problems seeing my page properly with the way the lighting is, but I'm pretty sure that it's just right for you guys. So bear with me while I kind of move this around so I can see what I'm looking at here. I really like the Aqua Dolce, so I think we'll definitely use that. And as far as like a blue, I mean, we could do light colors, like maybe blue sapphire, because I do want to get some real blue in there. Or maybe we do like the satellite color down low. Maybe we do that. So there's some satellite for down low. And I should pick out another blue sapphire, I guess. And then for greens, let's do Jade, Olive, and Comet. Jade, Olive. Hello, Jade, where are you? Jade, okay. All right, we'll try that. And actually, since we are going to do a little bit of a, I don't know if this probably isn't like a true bokeh background, but I do want to do some little like fairy lights, sort of. So we'll pull out the yellow and of course the coconut. I use my coconut a lot. It is further down than any of my other colors. And so I just ordered several from Dick Blick because they sell them singly. But boy, howdy, I do use that more than any other color. All right, I'm going to try moving this light again. I'm not sure why I'm getting such... That's a little bit better. Hopefully it's still okay for you guys. It was giving me a weird shiny glare, which I don't like to work with. So, okay. So, you guys might have seen when I first started using Gelatos, I was using these short bristle brushes that I got from Michaels. But I was linking to and recommending that you get these brushes from Amazon. And I'm very, very, very glad I did. And I actually bought a couple of sets of them as well because these, even though they're really cheap, and I like the long handle on them, I will admit that, I am down to just these. I had probably 3 or 4 sets of these, because every time I went into Michael's, I used a coupon and I bought them. But you get what you pay for. So the problem that I was having with these is, as I would wash them, the bristles were just falling out like crazy. And I still use them, but the ones that I recommended to get from Amazon, which are, there is a link in the description box for these things are great, and I haven't had any problem with the bristles falling out. So still a high recommendation for those particular brushes. I hardly ever use the really giant ones that comes in the set, but that's okay. All right, so where do we start? Let me start by throwing some of the little bokeh circles that we're going to use on here first. So that was white coconut, and this is Canary Diamond. And let's see, I wrote down on my other sheet which sets these all come from. So Canary Diamond is from Iridescence 2, and the coconut is from Dolce Gift Set 2. We're going to start there. So I'm going to take some white, and I could probably do this with white pencil. I probably could, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. Oh gosh, what did I do? Okay. I got stuff on me and got it all over my paper. All right, let's do some of this yellow. It's not yellow. What is it? Canary Diamond. You probably should use like banana, which is a really bright color. I don't want too many of these. But now that I'm seeing it, I think I do want the brighter color. So let's try either citrine or banana. Citrine is Iridescence 2, banana is Dolce Gift Set 2. They're both pretty. The citrine has a little, it looks like it kind of iridesces to an orangey color. And the banana is just, it's just banana. It's bright. Okay, so that shows up a little bit better. I'll go around that one. Some banana. I'm afraid I'm going to get carried away here with the... All right. That's it. That's all we're going to do on yellow. Okay. What to do next? Now look, I'm making a mess here with my little crumbly thingies. I will admit some of these crayons, I'll call them crayons for lack of a better word, are a little more crumbly than others. So just be careful. All right, I'm going to start with Aqua Dolce. We'll see what happens. Like, I can tell, like, this is so much creamier than some of these other colors. It's quite lovely. And that is Dolce Gift Set 2. All right, let's see what happens. Now you're going to get a lot more muted color on the brown paper than you would on white. If I was doing this on white, it would be a lot brighter. So there's a trade-off there as far as like which paper you want to use. I find that my portraits just look so much prettier on the brown paper, so it's hard to give up. Okay, I'm gonna stop there and put some, what do we want, Jade? Let's try Jade. That's pretty shimmery and metallic-y. I think it'll be okay though. And Comet. I'm going to use the same brush because I don't care if a little color blends. The other thing I like about these is I can come in after this dries for a little bit and add pencil right over the top of these to darken the color. And okay, so I'm kind of trying to go around where I put the yellow and white circles. I do think I'm going to have to come back in with pencil. But the process for adding the background goes so much faster with these than if I were to try and do this all with colored pencil. Okay, I'm switching brushes. I'm going back to the Aqua Dolce, which, where is it? Right here. It's nice to have a couple sets of these brushes because then you don't have to wash them in between. So I just switched to a clean brush, and I'll just use this other one for the greens. Did I use olive yet? No, I did not. So olive. Okay, let's see. I still feel like it needs more blue. I don't want to get too green. Let's do some of this sapphire, blue sapphire. I'm not used to doing a page where the paper has got a wide border on it. It's odd to me. It feels odd, like I want to go all the way to the edge of the paper here, but there's not much point because the picture ends. So I'll probably cut all those off. Okay, more blue sapphire. I think that's going to be a better choice than that Aqua Dolce, even though I really like it. I think we need the richer blue. Okay, I'm gonna do some of this satellite with a smaller brush. I like it darker down there at the bottom. Okay. Maybe a little bit of this dark right here. Okay, now the question is, do I want to come in with, here's this banana. I'm just gonna, yep. And then I think I'm gonna have to wash my brushes unless I can get this wiped off. I'm gonna add some white back in. So right now all I'm doing is trying to get the yellow off because I'm being lazy. Okay, so coconut. Sufficient. You can always come in with white pencil, which we still are going to do. I think, is that it? Did we get? All right, do I like those colors? Is there anything that I want to change? I know it's hard for you to see what I'm doing because I have to have my hand directly above the bristles. All right, did I miss any blues that I want to add? That's the dark. This is that Aqua Dolce. It doesn't do much. All right. Let's see what adding a little bit of white pencil right in the center of okay. Now the big question is, what happens if I put white on top of these dark spots? Not a whole lot. I mean, it does lighten it a little bit, but do I really want to lighten it? Or do I want to add some color over the top of that? I don't know. Let me see what happens. Because I do like to add pencil on top of these quite often. I will do that. So I'm going to take some Slate Grey. My desk has got stuff strewn all over the place on it. Okay, so I'm going to take some Slate Grey and just come on over the top of these, the top of this. And the pencil just, it just glides over the top of this so nicely and blends in with the gelatos. I really like that about them. Okay, Slate Grey here. A little bit. Okay, gosh, I really like that. All right, I'm going to take my white pencil, and we might wind up doing Posca instead. Or maybe we do white and Posca. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'm going to call them fairy lights, or maybe they're, you know, dragon fly, or one of those little glowy, little glowy bugs, fireflies, little glowy fireflies. We don't have those here in the desert, the low desert. Okay, so off camera yesterday, I wanted to see what it would look like with these being highlighted in white. And I like it. I'm not sure what they are. I'm one of those weird people that needs to know what it is that I'm putting on here. I don't know why, but I like it because I do tend to like little white accents on things. So we'll just do it. Okay, so this border is bugging me. So I'm going to go get my paper cutter and cut it off. I'll be right back. Okay, so usually before I print a page, I will I will expand the page if it's not designed for the 8.5 by 11 paper that I am used to using. Then I will expand that page and try and make it fit the way I want it to fit. But when I tried to do that on this page, there was so much that I was losing that I didn't want to lose. So I decided not to do that. And so we're just gonna trim it now. See, and I'm so much happier now that paper is not on there. It looks so much better. Alrighty, well, I've got to say that I am feeling really good about that background. I was a little bit worried that it wouldn't be, I don't know, interesting enough, I guess would be my word. But what winds up happening is that the background becomes a background like it's supposed to, and the pretty picture that that Derya drew is the focal point. So I like that. I actually really like that muted background. I am going to go ahead and use my Posca pen here and just do I don't know why, because I like it. I like the contrast. I do. Let's see, her little froggy gets some. There's a whole cluster right here, which, again, I'm not sure what that is, but we're gonna do it. Anything else? Let's do bigger ones here. I like it. Oh, get a whole bunch right here. Well, hopefully Derya feels like I've done her beautiful page justice. I was so excited when I got to pick what page I wanted from her shop. Alrighty. I think she's done. I do tend to fiddle with stuff a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to have to fiddle. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go. We're done. Yay. Alrighty, guys. Thanks again for hanging out with me. We got her done in 3 parts. So if you're seeing part 3, you need to go back and watch part 1 and 2. I am already, have already decided on what I'm going to do for the next color along. And I think it'll be fun, and I think you guys will really like it. So I'm going to let it be a surprise. So that is that. And until I see you guys next week, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and happy coloring. Love ya. Bye.